What's up, sons? It's Blind Ride with Son of a Tech once again, and I am exhausted. We did Warped Tour 2018 yesterday, last one ever, so pretty stoked on that. And then I just spent the rest of the day today, got up around 10, so I did sleep in pretty nice there. I was gonna do a video, and I was just having trouble finding stuff because I just let the office get way out of whack. You can go check my Twitter at Son of a Tech to see how bad it was. I'm gonna do a quick office tour so you guys can see what I'm working with. I have a whole other room out here that's absolutely insane as well. So stick around, we're gonna talk about what's going down. I had to turn the ISO way up on this camera and hopefully it'll be okay, but this is walking into my office. That's a table I work on a lot. I used to use it in the garage, that's why it's so dirty. My curtain setup is meh at best. We definitely need to get that worked out, but on the outside, maybe I can get some B-roll of it. We have like the screen, well, I can show you guys. We have that dark screen. You can't really see it. That'll just blow it out, which helps a lot in the summer in Texas for heat and so on. Moving over here, since it is in the office and the AC doesn't work quite well, we have this one in here just in case. It runs to the bottom and just keeps everything cool. Usually I have a big old light up here for live streaming that'll go right there. And then I have this computer. This is just my daily workhorse that's hung on the wall. It's not super pretty. I've done no liquid cooling or anything like that. And there's that Crypto IA award I won or whatnot. Maybe we could let a little bit of light into the room here. Let's do that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so yeah, after we let some light in, you can kind of see this. We got the 1080 Ti, we got Threadripper on air right now. We'll talk about that in a second. My 4TB Seagate, the Elgato 4K, and just a EVGA 850 watt power supply. Seems to do pretty good. Moving over here, this is my chat or monitor for chat. Pretty much it's an old Asus monitor. It's 1080p 144 Hz TN panel. You can literally only read it from one angle. So it hangs there for chat, and then we got the LG 4K here. That's what I primarily game on because I prefer the 4K. Under here we have the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. I still need to pick all this stuff up and clean the desk underneath it. We have our charger for our vape, the Focusrite Solo, Scarlett Solo, and that runs the Audio Technica mic here, but it's XLR. And the little arm. The big TV's in LG 4K, UHD, HDR. It's pretty good. It actually has a pretty low response time as well for gaming, so pretty cool there. My peripherals are pretty basic. I prefer the Rosewell RGB80 blue switches. Got it for 40 bucks on sale. Actually picked up 2 of them. And then Corsair M65. I have 2 of these as well for FPS and all that. None of the controllers are over here, they're up over there. So typically what I have is the 4K Elgato, and the HDMI goes out to the PS4, the Xbox One X, and then I always have like a testing system over here. Let's see if this will come on. I don't think I plugged this in yet, so I got to get under there and plug it in. But that's the Ryzen 5 2400G there, and then the articulating arm, and whatever peripherals I currently have plugged in over there. Usually I'll just push this back up like this if I'm using something that doesn't have a controller. Ta-da! And it works just fine. This is what I was really primarily working on, was getting this all rearranged and back up and running. This is a nightmare. This shelf was getting out of control. So we finally organized it so my backdrop will look better. This top shelf is random small, essentially consoles. As you can see, there's my other RGB80 sitting there. The one below it is primarily the vodka bottle, but in all seriousness, controllers is what it'll be. Behind here is like the old NVIDIA controller. Titan Steam controller, Dreamcast controller. That's a UK Dreamcast controller there. There's Steel Series mouse over there. This shelf will be primarily processors. I need to find, I have a couple other processors that I need to get figured out. And then, you know, just Pentium behind Pentium, i3 behind i3, and i7 behind i7, and I have no i5s. So there you go. Down here is random stuff I use for streaming or recording. So the Focusrite, the Video Micro. Behind here is another HD60 Pro. This is the webcam I use. I just figured you guys will be able to see what's behind there. A Blue microphone and the Audio-Technica Stream Deck in 4K Pro. And then it just gets into everything I've kind of reviewed or featured on the channel. Just boxes lined up. And it goes all the way across here as well. All products I have in systems as such. Down there I do have my orange amp, but pretty much just stuff I've had. And then this is kind of like the show one. So we have a Titan XP cooler here and a couple graphics cards. That's an old A85BM motherboard and an old X58 motherboard actually that I am going to put in the system. And coming up here, you know, this is pretty much the only shelf that the PS4 Pro box will fit under. So I just put it there. So I have the Xbox One X, PS4 Pro, and Titan X. So you guys know that I got everything. I like them all. And the top shelf, just some other stuff, some other, like this is pretty much on show just because it was the first motherboard I ever got for a review from a company. So I like doing that. Over here, this shelf was getting bad. I do not have it lit up, and I need to. But what we did was just kind of stack up a whole bunch of games, whatever we had left over there. All of the controller death pile. So this is where controllers come to die. I'm just kidding, I use a lot of these. These are the ones I use primarily. Coming to this shelf is going to be, other than these lights, which are just RGB lights, they actually work good for shooting B-roll. We have the Enermax TR4 that we're going to install on the main system, which we haven't done yet. But these are all parts that are actually in box. So, you know, this is an AM4 Noctua cooler. Back plates to systems I don't use back plates on. Kind of hard to see in here. An H212. We got this DeBauer back here. I still need to, you probably can't even see it. The DeBauer D-lid tool. And some stuff like that, you know, memory. DDR, I think all this is DDR4. Extra old drives. And then just here is pretty much random stuff I use for PC modding or, you know, vaping. But yeah, here's dyes, such. I don't know why I put this here. It is what it is. This is the recording. So we got our cameras here and all that. So that's pretty much it. The acrylic printer. And then coming up into here, which you'll never be able to see because the lighting's so bad. Just kind of reorganize everything in here. So over here is going to be like back in there in the dark is all the stuff that's going to take care of our live streaming. So we have the Elgato green screen, it usually sits right behind me here. And then up here, that's the water cooling PC modding toolbox. So it's got the heat gun, the drills, the bending tools, all that sort of stuff. I want to do a what's in the toolbox video at some point for you guys. And just random stuff like that. And I'm heavy breathed because it was a big task. So that kind of wraps it up, a quick vlog. I know it's not like super awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have questions about any of the parts or something piqued your interest that you have a bigger interest in, let me know in the comment section below. We'll try to do an individual video on that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.